Bizzle, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in, so let's get right into it. And Benzino, you are the topic of discussion, my G. Benzino, you are the topic of discussion, my G. So let's get right into it. And I gotta say, man, over the last 2 or 3 months, Benzino has had it hard. Benzino has had it hard. You feel what I'm saying? And when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. So you got Benzino having, you know, situation after situation after situation popping up, and it's not looking good, my boy. Benzino, it's not looking good. Now, you know, I got to say, man, you know, I'm an old head. So I've seen the heights Benzino has taken to. You understand? I was around for Made Men, legendary rap group Made Men. You understand? I watched Benzino, you know, run the source. Millions upon millions upon millions of dollars rolling in. You understand? I even seen the whole situation transpire with Benzino and Eminem. You know, multiple upon multiple situations. You understand? And this is at the height of his career. So to watch Benzino fall from grace, you know, first and foremost, it's hard to watch. Secondly, it stamps almost everything I say about the music industry, about the higher-ups and the elites. You understand how dirty the game is. You feel me? How they build you up to tear you down. Yeah, they build you up to tear you down for our entertainment. Are you not entertained? You feel me? Now, Benzino, about 2 months ago, had a situation with his homie, Carvio, you know, the founder of Don Diva magazines, in a hotel room, a Motel 6, a Red Roof Inn in Atlanta. That's the first situation. You feel me? Red flags all over the place. Secondly, you had a video of Benzino and his ex-wife arguing. You know, Benzino has popped up at her house, you know, pops up at her house to see his son. She got a little something over there. You know, she's single, so she got a little hot girl summer going on. And Benzino shows up like a scorned baby mama and goes ballistic. Till the police come. He ends up crying to the police. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen the video. Crying to the police, basically snitching on her little boo thing, saying he got a gun and he's threatening him with a gun. I mean, it's hard to watch. And last but not least, you got the situation with Shauna Brooks. Now, that is a young man that is involved in the LBG 123 gang. He is a part of the Rainbow Coalition. This young man has Benzino on the phone spilling his emotions, spilling his feelings. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this young man, like I said, is involved with the LGB 123 gang. He is a part of the Rainbow Coalition. And a lot of the times, man, these youngsters, they want the attention. They want the clickbait. They want the fame. So this young man decided to record Benzino's conversations, you know what I'm saying, in efforts of exposing him, the real him. I mean, it gets deep, it gets wicked, and it's always deeper than rap when you scratching the surface. Always deeper than rap when you scratching the surface. And Benzino is not looking good, man. I mean, it don't matter what you say. The writing's on the wall, my G. You know, like I said before, a blind man could see this very clearly. A blind man could see it clearly. It just is what it is. You feel me? So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my first angle. My first angle. And that's the whole situation with Carvio and Benzino in Atlanta. Now, it's sticky. It gets wicked, bruh. And I heard the response from Benzino. He said he fell off. You know, it's not like back when he was running the source. The money is getting low. He's in a tight position. Fell on hard times. So he was down there with Carvio moving through the city, you know, getting his hands on a few elbows, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. He said he got his hands on a few elbows. And after they got those elbows, they made their way to that hotel, which was a Motel 6, Red Roof Inn. You got to understand, these rooms are no more than $50 to $60 a night. There is no reason why you shouldn't have had your own room and Carvio shouldn't have had his own room. But we're going to stay on track. Y'all head back to the hotel room where you both go in. You know, obviously one of you guys is in the shower. One of you guys is in the room getting dressed or taking your clothes off. Something's going on. And on top of that, it's in Atlanta, the epic center, You understand? For the LBG 123. You understand? For the Rainbow Coalition. This is the headquarters. So there's no reason why you and another fully grown man should be in a tight hotel room, sharing showers, sharing toilets, and sharing air, my G. Most of the time, the guys that do that are doing that with their partner. They're doing that with their lover. Yeah, it gets deep, it gets wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. And if you look at their mannerisms when they come up out that hotel room, if you look at their face, you can tell they have the walk of shame. They look like they've been caught. And I'm sorry, Benzino, but it just is what it is, man. It's not a good look. That was the first, and I didn't even report on that. You can check my videos. I held back. But that right there, man, it was just such a bad look for you. You was better off coming out of the closet right then and there. But like I said, I'm not going to make this a long one. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles. And that leads me and segues me into my second angle. That leads me and segues me into my second angle, my G. And that's the whole situation with your ex-wife, you know, and the cops, and the crying, and the snitching, Benzino. Now, I've heard that this is an older video, maybe about 2 years old, but it's still relevant. It's still relevant. You popped up at your baby mom's house, right? Your ex-wife, unannounced, to see your son play tennis, and the whole while she has a little boo thing over there. She trying to get laid down. She trying to get knocked off, and you holding up the process, Benzino. You see homie over there, you approach him, you kick his car. You feel me? The police come, you're telling the police that he threatened you with a gun. Basically, you're telling on this man. And then you cry at the end of the video. The fall from grace is real, my G, in this music industry. The fall from grace is real. You got to understand, they're going to build you up to the highest, to the top of the mountain, just to tear you down for our entertainment. Oh, and it's so entertaining. Are you not entertained? For our entertainment, they're going to build you up to tear you down. And this was just another sign, another red flag for me. And it wasn't enough. I still said, you know what? I'm not going to report on Benzino. I'm not going to say anything about these mishaps. It just is what it is. You feel me? Everybody, you know, it happens to the best of us. You feel me? Everybody has a situation with their ex, with their wife, with their baby mamas, where you might get taken out of character just a little bit, just a smidget. So who am I to judge? You know what I mean? It is what it is. It happened. But it is on your rap sheet, Benzino. It is a chink in your armor. It's not a good look, my boy. You're falling face first. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV, man. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my last angle. My last angle, my third and my final angle. And that's the whole situation with Benzino and Shauna Brooks. Now, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. This is the situation where I said, you know what, Zeno? I got to speak on it. I got to come in and give some grown man perspective on this situation. Since you're definitely not giving the grown man business TV side of it, Benzino. You're not speaking from a grown man perspective. Now, I heard the response from Benzino. You know, back in the day, he was very homophobic. He didn't want anything to do with any of these people. He was the worst, right? And now he's starting to realize in his older age, and you know, in his latter years, he's starting to realize that these people are just people. That he can accept them as just people, and he can treat them as such. And I respect that, Benzino, because, you know, A sexual preference doesn't make you not a human. That doesn't mean you don't deserve to be treated a certain way and handled a certain way. So I highly respect that, and I feel the same way. You know, to each his own. Do what you do. You understand? But grown man business, when it come to grown man business TV, and when it come to standing on grown man business, standing on business, you are not going to find a heterosexual male, a heterosexual man that's going to exchange numbers with, you know, one of those guys. Yeah, one of those guys. You know, the guys that dress up like women and wear wigs and stuff like that, those guys. There's no way that you would be exchanging numbers with that guy and then having such heartfelt conversations with a man that dresses up as a woman. You know, you went from being homophobic to exchanging numbers with trannies and calling them and getting recorded and getting exposed, Benzino. You've been exposed, Benzino. And you got to know this. I can just tell by how you was talking to that man that in due time he would have softened you up enough and you would have took some top. You would have ended up in another Hotel 6, in another Red Roof Inn. But this time it would have been with Shauna Brooks. This guy was baiting you in. He was priming you up. He was getting you nice and ready. And I can hear it in your voice, Benzino, on that phone call, that you were almost hot and ready. Another 2 months, another 60 days of being able to do this in secret, and you would have been ready to go. You would have met that man anywhere he told you to meet him at, and you would have probably done anything he told you to do to make him feel comfortable. There's no way. Heterosexual man standing on grown man business. Be who you are. Love who you love. Sexual encounters with whoever you're going to do those with. But I'm not going to be calling you, my boy. I'm not going to understand fully why you dress up like a woman, my boy. I'm not going to exchange phone numbers with you, my boy. I don't care if we on the same set, we work in the same job. You won't have a direct contact to me, my boy. And I'm going to call you my boy. I'm not going to do the proper pronouns or whatever's going on today. I'm going to call you my boy, my dog. Yo, my boy. Yo, homie. What's good, my G? I'm going to talk to you like a man, the man that you are. But you, Benzino, you getting soft, my boy. You done got so soft that you exchanging numbers with men. And you're having heartfelt conversations where you're spilling your feelings, you're spilling your emotions. You're being so honest and you're trying to understand so much. Why now, Benzino, that you're trying to understand these people so much? It's because you're kind of intact with them. You're kind of involved with them. You're getting closer and closer to getting something done down there in Atlanta. It is what it is, man. Like I said, the writing is on the wall. Even a blind man can see it clearly. I'm not going to make this long, but you have been exposed, my boy. It is what it is. You would be better off just telling the truth. You're going to sue these people. You're going to sue that. Nah, I don't believe you. You still slinging elbows. Yeah, if you know, you know. You breaking down elbows to 10s and 20s and eighths, and you slinging them in the city. So you ain't suing nobody. You spending a lot of time in Atlanta, my boy. And you got to understand, in this day and age, these men are looking more and more like women. Some of them look more like a woman than women look like women. If that makes sense. It just is what it is. You got to be very careful. And you have been submerged. You have been engulfed in the culture down there in Atlanta. And it's coming through your pores now. We can all see it, man. So it just is what it is. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, Benzino. Come on out the closet, man. Keep it real with yourself, my man. Keep it real with yourself, Benzino. So you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight off the brick into the bottle. Straight, raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing, and we not dressing nothing up. Benzino, we giving it to you straight raw, my boy. Benzino, we giving it to you straight raw, my boy. And I went play for play, line for line, chess move for chess move on just how it's multiple upon multiple of situations that's popping up on Benzino. When it rains, it pours. You understand what I'm saying? And just how the higher ups and the elites, you know, they build you up to take you all the way to the mountaintop just to tear you down for our entertainment. For our entertainment. It's hard to watch a Benzino fall from grace. It just is what it is. You feel me? Benzino, you stay away from your ex-baby mamas, man. It don't matter if you still love them, my dog. They done moved on. They got dudes that's meeting them at the tennis court, popping them off the next day. Homie said he met her at the tennis court. He was at the crib the next day. And she was, yeah, it was about to go down before you interrupted the situation, before you so rudely interrupted what that man had going on. And last but not least, Shauna Brooks. Benzino, the writing is on the wall, my boy. It just is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But no straight heterosexual male is exchanging numbers with a trans person. They're not going to be, no heterosexual male is going to be having late night conversations to the point where they can be recorded, spilling their feelings and spilling their emotions to somebody that is in a rainbow coalition. Yeah, the rainbow coalition, it just doesn't happen that way. And when it does happen that way, that just means you are a step forward. You are constant elevation on getting closer to your goal, which is probably sexual relations with Shauna Brooks. Maybe even Carvio, because, you know, that was a little bit left for you and him to be in that hotel room together when y'all could have easily got separate rooms, my boy. I spend the extra $70 to get a separate room, my boy, before I'm in the room with this grown-ass man taking showers and changing clothes. It's just not happening. So you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in.